Hello, you beautiful internet you, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Careful Cantrip, where a group of friends from coast to coast do their absolute best to get lost in dungeons and at times run away from dragons. You okay there, Jess?
There's a plug.
All right, fair enough. I thought you were just dancing there for a minute.
No, it's coming back.
Okay,
yeah, probably
fair enough.
not. Just excuse. Yeah.
All right, no worries.
Everything's great. Yeah.
As always, I am your ever-loving universe and host, DM Dave, and these warriors of the dice beside me are my players. Okay, now, Jess, you can flail towards the camera now. Say hi. Say hi.
Hello.
Just Jess, nobody else.
Just Jess.
Right.
Only
Jess. Sorry.
Not then.
First and foremost, thank you so much for the level 2 hype train. We seen it before we went live. Thank you kindly. Toot toot.
Oh wait, hold on.
Wait.
That's
Hey, that's like the best song that you've played yet.
Thank you.
Well done.
It's so good we never want to hear it again. Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, thanks, Beck. She's always on my side.
She is. I think she's falling in love with you.
This is
okay
I
with
already
that.
did. Yeah.
Let's run away together.
Yes.
Can we do the intros, please?
Okay.
First and foremost, Cookiemon Steve, welcome back for 5 months, my friend. Thank you kindly. B-Town dropping 200 soft, supple, bouncy ones. Love to see it. Cross the streams gifting out 2 new friends. Thank you kindly. As well as McLover, you old Irish bastard. Thank you so much for the gifted. And Rachel, welcome back for 16 months. My lord, my Lanta. McLover dropping 7 more. Cross dropping to another 200. Thank you very much. And GF Powers coming back for 36. That means we have like 8 babies now. Well done. Well done.
Good math.
With that said, we do have a couple announcements for the evening. First and foremost, the reason that you've all come here, I'm absolutely sure of it, and not to watch our beautiful yet dumb faces. We got the giveaway. Give it away now. That was Anthony Kiedis, if anybody didn't know, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I know musics. Of the one of my favorite sets of dice that I have ever produced, and which was perfect for for our first giveaway for campaign 3. None other than the Emerald Bliss. Mud, can you do me a favor? Throw those bad boys up there. Let them see it. Let them see it. Let them know.
They're already there.
Okay,
Ooh.
fantastic. Then we're good to go. With that said, all you got to do to win these bad boys, !roll in chat right now, ROLL. Of course, you do have to be following to be eligible to win, but otherwise, if you want if you want the first set of dice that we're giving away for campaign 3, you will go down in legend for having these dice. And I guarantee you this, my friends, they will roll at least 1 natural 20 for you in your lifetime. Personal guarantee. That's all I got. I'm going to turn it over to Raina. Raina, what you got for us today?
Well, I have a question about the giveaway. Actually 2. Well, one's a statement. The first one is you also need to be here at the end to accept the giveaway. So we need to know that you exist and that you're here to be able to give them away to you. So that needs to happen. The other thing is, Dave, how come some people in chat are getting 2 tickets and some people are only getting 1? What does that mean?
Well, I accidentally might have given our subscribers a little bit of an extra boost to potentially win. So, hey, if you want 2 tickets to enter rather than 1, and you got a Prime kicking around, you know, just check. It'll help you out. I got you.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Tonight, I am also Nate again. Without a beard.
Nate, I gotta say, you get hotter every time I see you. I don't know what it is.
Thank you. Okay, so guess what that means? I'm talking to you all about Patreon. You have heard us talk about it since its launch. And so far, it has been amazing. And it's going to keep being amazing. This Sunday, we just did anime with Raina. It was so much fun. Also, if you want to do a one-shot with Nate or me or Dave, get in our Patreon. It's awesome there.
Or Bobby. Bobby might also. Bobby's probably going to do a one shot over there because of what he just said in chat. He's just been voluntold because he loves our Patreon so much.
I would never do that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I could see
Great
chat.
Patreon.
Right?
I don't know what you mean.
Bobby wants nothing to do with Patreon. We also do campaign diaries, which seems to be the hot pick of our Patreon. You love hearing about what our characters and what we thought about the sessions. Also, if you were a Patreon member, last week you got to see a detailed version of the city map that we're playing in. So there's lots of perks. You get access to, stats and stuff like that. So just go check it out. There's also a free tier. And I keep promising comic book art to the free tier. It will come. I'm just busy. And Nate's been sick. So it will come. So make sure that you follow, and at least at the free tier, because then you get all the information, you get all the details. Then you can decide later if you want to upgrade to a tier or not. Just hang out at the free tier. It's the best place to be on the internet. Okay, now over to Reina for the YouTube comments. Oh my gosh, hi everybody, it's me, Reina. Nice to see you all. Okay, we've got some comments to read today. Let me just refresh, because I saw some people getting in there the last minute. Okay. All right. We got a comment from Cross the Streams. Represent. Knowing how this party struggles to solve puzzles, why give them a jigsaw coconut to solve? To Delmar and Eli, there seems to be some unresolved issues that can only be put behind you, both in one manner. Get Caustic Phoenix to bring you on D20 Deathmatch. Ooh, okay.
That's legit a good idea. That is legit a good idea. I'm putting that in my diary. Cross said a very good thing today.
And as to why Dave gave us a coconut jigsaw puzzle to solve, because he knows we're never going to solve it. Our characters always die before we solve things, and then Dave has to save us. Okay. Next is from Mojo Jojo. The comment is, I am Mojo Jojo! And then confetti.
Are you sure it wasn't a smoke bomb? Like he's Batman? Like, I am Mojo Jojo. But he's like happier than Batman, so he uses confetti?
Maybe. I don't know. I guess, Mojo, you should give me more direction when I'm reading your comments out. Give me stage directions, please. Okay, Con says, Con says, please stop asking me to unretire from being the undisputed marble race champion. Also, I will be signing autographs after the event, even for you, Raynar. Hilarious. Thank you, Con. C-Mac! How did nobody realize that creamy hamstrings was a reference to a Family Guy quote from Herbert the Pervert? And then in quotations, don't forget to stretch out those creamy hamstrings. You don't want to hurt yourself dancing.
I was hoping someone would get it. Thank you. I had to wait a whole week to be legitimized, but it was worth it.
Congratulations, you validated Bobby. Now you have to say something mean about him.
Yeah.
Those are the rules.
Also, I don't watch Family Guy, so sorry. Maggie, rewatching this cozy episode and loving all the roleplay moments. Also loved the attention to describing the food. Unsure how to feel about the coconut. Same, Maggie, same. And with that, I switch it over back to David.
Oh, hey, guy, my full name?
I don't know.
Are you mad at me right now?
Maybe.
So, a couple last announcements before we get started for the evening. I promise it'll be quick. Number one, Jess gets inspiration because she called me handsome. Number two,
oh my God, that worked.
We have our official campaign sponsors, as always, the Great Grimoire. Some of the best minis out there. I'm working to get them into our VTT so that you guys can see them while we're playing with them live, which I'm very excited about. But technology is a pain in my ass most of the time, so stay tuned. But if you want to go check them out yourself, !GG in chat right now. It'll take you right over to their Patreon or Instagram or something else I put on there. I never remember what the link is because that was like months ago. But thank you, Great Grimoire, once again for sponsoring our lovely campaign as well. Just a reminder to all of you out there, not sponsored, but kind of sponsored. Not really sure. I don't know how to feel about this. Pretty happy though. Guys, if you like coffee, if you like a caffeine addiction like I do, one of my favorite hobbies, absolutely. You can still get homebrew coffee with a little bit of a discount thanks to us working with them. Use a careful 15, all caps, I believe, at checkout, and you can get 15% off. It's a great deal, and it's free. Well, the 15% is free. The rest is not free. But hey, 15% is free. Damn.
Okay, I have to jump in.
You have to have a stroke? What was that?
Yeah, I was trying to say jump in, but juxtapose was coming out of my brain. So whatever. Anyways, I have to jump in. B-Town graciously reminded me. I'm sorry, I'm covering for Nate this week. I totally forgot. We need to shout out our top tier supporters. And we've got Colin. Shout out to Colin at the top tier. Okay, we've got B-Town at the top tier.
B-Town!
And we've got OG Lava Kitten at the top tier. Thank you all so much for your support. We can't do this without you all. Thank you. Okay, back
Thank
to
you
Dave
for
again.
patronizing us. Appreciate it. With that said, that's all the announcement we have for the evening. This isn't the reason why you came here. You came for the dice. Let's face it. That's the honest to God truth. But we got a damn game to play, folks. So with that said, without any further ado, players, are you ready?
Ready?
Hell yeah!
Woo! Trippers, are you ready?
Yeah, I want to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Aw, little baby trippers today. You guys are adorable. Don't throw up, okay? I'll turn this car around right now. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So, when we last left our heroes, the group arrived in the town of Oakenmoor, governed by the Applebottom family branch. Let's see what I did there. Veya, Berrick, Al, and Rune made their way to the general store while Keelan and Minnie headed to the Oakenmoor Inn. At the inn, Keelan met the innkeeper, Pine, to secure drinks and room. And while there, Ginku arrived, seeking the renowned Golden Apple wine. But Pine explained that the wine was in limited supply due to the orchard's poor harvest in recent seasons. After ordering some ales, Ginku shared stories of the big world with Keelan, advising him to keep moving forward, one step at a time during long journeys. As their drinks arrived, Minnie joined, informing Keelan of their companion's whereabouts. And on their way to the general store, Keelan expressed some reservations about Ginku, which Minnie tried to ease. Meanwhile, at the general store, the rest of the group sought more information about the town and its offerings. The store owner, Sap, suggested a music box to help Veya with her case of the fizzies. And as the group haggled over prices, Keelan, growing frustrated, purchased the music box for Veya, and they all prepared to return back to the inn proper. However, Veya, Berrick, and Minnie all had other plans. Still struggling with her fizzies, Veya set off alone to explore the city and calm her mind. She soon discovered a stave church dedicated to the Oak Father, a lesser-known name for the world carver, Geppetto. There she spoke with Brother Barkrim, the priest and custodian of the church. He explained Geppetto's teachings, emphasizing the divinity found in transforming both the world and oneself to better serve others. Slightly enlightened by the conversation, Veya returned to the inn to reunite with her friends. Meanwhile, Berrick and Minnie continued their shopping spree, stopping at the rusty Anvil, the blacksmith shop. They met Bolt, the proprietor, a tinman whose body was forged of steel. Realizing the high costs outside of Star Tier, they offered their services to Bolt, who asked them to return the following morning for a job that they could earn money. After leaving the rusty Anvil, Berrick and Minnie rejoined their friends at the inn for a good night's rest. Yet many questions lingered. What happened to the Golden Apple picking enterprise? Who carved the inscription on Veya's music box? And where, oh where, had that elusive puzzle piece gone? And so, our story continues. Minnie. As the morning comes, you feel the warm and familiar and obnoxious glow of the sun through the window, kissing you awake. The smells of warm bread and sizzling meats flood your senses. You throw a warm duvet over top of your head in anticipation. You've got roughly 2 minutes before your father bursts in with his usual excitement for the day. Rise and shine, Minnie! You brace for the boom of his voice as the door would typically crash open. But as the haze of sleep slowly fades, you realize the voice will not come. Questions begin to cross your mind. Will the voice ever return? Will you ever have to answer awkward questions to your mother about your regularity? Would you ever sleep in your bed again? Your attention gets snapped back as a very different noise enters your ears, one you've not heard before. Still in the darkness of the duvet's cover, you begin to listen intently. While it's faint, there's no doubt about it that it's there. The sound reminds you of someone slowly and methodically striking a wooden spoon against a table, followed by a tiny screech.
Does the sound seem to be coming from inside the room with me?
Make a perception check for me.
Also, could you do your best impersonation of the sound? Oh, that's less threatening than I thought it would be.
Sounds like that video of those turtles having sex.
Yeah. Little sex noises for sure.
Yeah.
That's a 16.
With a 16, whipping the covers down, you immediately begin to scan the room. Well, nothing at eye level. You do recognize the voice is coming from somewhere inside the room. When the knock and the screech come again, it seems to be coming from under your bed.
Jeremy, without getting out of bed, she's very practiced because she's lazy at hanging over the side of the bed to reach things without actually moving. So she does this kind of little maneuver and her pigtails just hang upside down and she looks for Jeremy, who she's assuming is hiding underneath the bed.
As you tilt over the sides, you reach down, slowly drawing up the bed skirts. And to your surprise, you find a very unusual hunter hidden underneath. Lying flat on his belly, staring intently at his catch, Jeremy has one paw, or hoof, firmly pressed to the floor with a tiny shelled mouse tail trapped. With his other paw, he taps the top of the mouse's shell. The mouse lets out a tiny squeal, immediately startling Jeremy, forcing the paw back up into the air as he twists his head slightly in confusion as he pauses his assault on the tiny creature. But once the mouse calms again slightly, the cycle continues. But startled by your call, Jeremy immediately looks up, forgetting about the shelled mouse for a moment, which allows the creature to scurry away. He watches it disappear in a crack in the wall before sadly lowering his head to the floor along with his ears, as you hear the tiniest rumbling coming from the pig's little belly.
Were you gonna eat that creature?
Huh?
Jeremy,
Oh.
you said you were a vegetarian.
Oh.
Let's get you some food fast.
With that, he immediately kind of pulls himself along the floor, jumping and propping himself up onto the ledge of the bed, kind of jumping up slightly in excitement for the simple thought of early morning breakfast.
Okay, relax. You can't sit at the table this time. We're in a restaurant. Fine, you can sit at the table. Should we go wake everybody else up? Go sit on Berrick's face. Let's go do that. Where's Berrick? Can I let the pig in?
As you begin to make your way outside of your room, you can see that a number of the doors have already been opened for the day. Save for one in particular that has a very loud and obnoxious snoring coming from behind it. You can hear someone muttering in their sleep. Well, no. Shaking your head a little bit, you continue to make your way downstairs. As you begin to descend the creaking wooden stairs on the inn, the immediate scent of the hearth smoke and cooking stew greets your senses immediately. You can see the morning light has now begun to filter through some of the small leaded glass windows, casting a warm glow throughout the entirety of the inn. You can see the common area is spacious and cozy, a little bit larger than what you remember the night before, having seen so many patrons inside. A few round tables now dot the area, some already occupied by travelers and locals. A few patrons still shaking off the remnants of sleep converse in low, murmured voices, their words kind of blending against the sound of clinking cutlery and the occasional burst of laughter. Pine, the innkeeper you had met yesterday, moves briskly from table to table, delivering platters of breads and cheeses and cured meats. And situated at a larger round table near the door, you can see a few of your companions already seated and enjoying their breakfast. As usual, Keelan is head down in his meal, while Berrick simply grazes his meal, looking a touch disheveled this morning. Not very surprising, given his liveliness from the night before. Al and Rune pick at their meals whilst in the middle of conversation as well. As you take the final steps down the stairs, the tavern door opens and Veya walks in, slightly panting, clearly just coming in from her morning exercises. She gives a smile and nod towards you before making her way over to the table. And as you begin to glance around the room, there appears to be no sign of Ginku yet. But you do take note of two individuals on the opposite side of the tavern than your friends. The first you recognize as the minstrel from the night before, tuning his lute. However, the individual is engaged with what seems to be a newcomer, or one that retired before you and Berrick had arrived. Based on his stature and height, you would recognize him as a fellow munchkin. His attire is properly pressed and manicured, with deep, rich tones of greens and yellows that give off an air of authority. He wears round spectacles on his face and a goatee with a pencil-thin mustache curled at the tips. Atop his head, a pointed brim hat with an unusual yet beautiful green tree leaf tucked under a velvet wrap. He catches your eye and gives you a welcoming smile of good morning and tips his hat towards you before returning to his conversation with the minstrel.
Minnie will wave politely, and then she'll look down at Jeremy and be like, I guess we're late, as usual. and she'll plop down in a chair and start to look for some food and lean over to whoever's beside her. Rune, maybe? I don't know. Who woke up last, I guess.
There'll be a big hand from Keelan who will just slide like a plate that is very clearly overstuffed with food that Keelan has brought for you.
Thanks, Keelan. Hey guys, who's the fancy munchkin?
Who? Look over. I don't know.
We all look over at once, like
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Yeah.
We orchestrated this.
Squeak back loudly in his chair. Just
Is that who you're talking about?
Talking to the minstrel from yesterday.
Looks like a Timmy.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
Did you see him walk in?
No?
Oh, is he here from yesterday? How long have you guys been awake? What time is it?
It's the morning. I don't know. Veya was up first. Of course. Always.
Well, I have a routine, so obviously. And Veya's gonna just turn and focus on her breakfast.
Carbo loading. I get it.
I'll never understand why you run for fun. It doesn't make any sense. You run from danger or for adventure, but never for fun.
I run to have the wind blow in my face. That feels really nice, doesn't it?
In the morning? Before
Yeah.
breakfast?
It feels great. Breakfast slows me down. Don't you like swim for fun? Isn't that like the same thing?
Every day? Early?
It's
No.
better to start the day with something you like, right?
Yeah, like butter.
Also, if you have a little bit of training before you have breakfast and stuff, you just get so much better enjoyment out of the food as well.
Well, I can't disagree with butter, and she'll actually pass you a tray with some of the butter on it for your toast or anything else you want.
And Minnie is lost in this conversation. She tunnel vision.
Minnie proceeds to put butter in her cereal.
It's great on everything.
Why are you asking if we know that person? Do you know
Well-
that person?
Nope. But I liked his outfit, and he seems nice.
Well, how about you just tell him that? Wouldn't that be the nice thing to do?
Maybe after I'm eating.
Here, I'll make this easier.
Got a crush.
Veya's gonna lean her chair back. You have a really nice outfit. My friend thinks so.
Yeah, my friend
Oh,
thinks
wait.
you're hot.
The individual immediately perks up and looks over in your direction, gives a very hearty smile and just a slight hands up in thanks.
If you like butter, you can come have some.
Smooth.
Not my butter.
Right? Like butter.
Yeah.
You see him give a little bit of a chuckle before returning back to his conversation with the minstrel.
Well, that didn't work.
I don't think he's into you, Minnie.
I didn't say that I was into him. I just said that he had a cool outfit.
Jeremy.
Thank you, Moose.
So, story. Do you think he's hot? Like sexy grandpa?
Well, I never saw Sexy Grandpa. But no, I don't think he's hot. Is he? I feel like he's probably old for Minnie.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
What?
What's
He
the
would
age
be.
range?
He would probably, by the looks of him, would probably be around your father's age.
Okay.
He's like as old as my dad.
So like sexy grandpa then.
That's your type.
I just want to clarify, Veya's laughing in game. That is a good retort.
Berrick stops eating and pushes his plate away from himself.
Keelan will take Berrick's plate.
I love how Keelan's like playing musical plates. Like for everyone.
We'll then just proceed to ponder the coconut for a while.
Why do you still have that?
I can't
Did you
wait
tell
to go.
anyone about it?
Yeah, I put it on the table last night.
Oh, right.
I know.
Okay.
I know it's a retcon, but can we say that Keelan's washed it before today? Like, just
Yes.
between... Thank you.
I don't even want to let Dave
Oh, I don't
decide
even
that.
have to
We're
do
just-
that.
High or low for your benefit.
Hi and low for my benefit. I want it done.
I'm not rolling that one. It can be sterilized.
There's
Thank
no
you.
amount of washing.
Not with that kind of texture. Like, you can't.
It's fibers, man.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Oh, the coconut.
Mm.
We don't actually have to talk about the coconut. I haven't made any headway on it yet.
I've got a question. What if we buy another coconut and just like cut the husk to like fit the piece and then just thump it in?
We are at an apple orchard, Keelan. Where are we gonna get a coconut?
They probably have something in the general store, maybe.
He's
Where'd you
just
get-
gonna try to sell us
You know-
drugs again. Damn it, Bruce.
We're gonna get through this, guys. We're gonna get through it.
Wow, it seems like Berrick's just run off after that dog real quick. In the meantime, by the way, in regards to what our plans are for the day, I mean, obviously, I know we're still heading to the Emerald City and stuff, but you know, I think there's plenty of stuff still to have a look around town. You know, we don't have to leave in the morning or anything, do we?
No, I don't think so. Me and Berrick, we're gonna go do some work for this. Oh, I can't. I don't know. He's a warforged.
The Tin Man.
Sure. This
Oh,
metal
nice.
looking type guy.
Wait, you found contract work?
Kind of. Well, we don't really know what it is yet. He told us to come back to talk to him today. I'm trying to get some money to maybe enchant my quiver.
That's a really good idea.
Right?
a great
I
idea.
thought so.
Oh.
Well, I Miss Pine, who runs the inn here, she said that there was some trouble with the orchards in the season this year. I mean, I wasn't gonna rush off, but I thought maybe I'd go check out the orchards and look into it a little bit. Just I don't know. I just feel like she's done a lot for us to be hospitable and stuff. It's the least I could do before we leave.
I could join you, Keelan, if you'd like.
Yeah,
Wait.
no, I'd love that.
Are we splitting up?
Yeah, now you have to pick. Who do you like better?
Yeah, who's
no
your favorite?
pressure.
Come
on.
Why don't we just all go together?
No.
We don't have to be each other's babysitters.
Well, but if Vinny and Berrick are doing work, I don't know. Shouldn't we help them?
Minnie, is it a 2-person job or a 4, 5? How many are at our table? 5-person job. 6
We
is
don't know
out.
what the job is.
Well,
They can count. It's fine.
either we don't know what the job is or I don't remember what he said. One of those two.
Oh my god.
No, we don't know what the job is.
Originally, he said he was going to have us polish some stuff, but I think after looking at us, he knew that was like, below
Okay.
our
You gotta-
pay grade.
You got to be very careful when a Tin Man tells you to polish anything. Just
Boo.
Moose didn't like that. Hated that joke.
It's on you, Dak. All right,
you can-
Rune, you have to choose. Sorry. No, we're not moving on until you pick which side you're going with. This is important in understanding the dynamics of our group and who you like more.
Rune panics and freezes.
We just leave Rune at the end. That's what she
Goes with no
I have
one.
an idea. I have an idea.
Fine.
What if you use one of your fortune cookies to decide?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't work like that.
They could if they're
Why
good.
not? It's your fortune for the day, and then based on what it says, you can interpret. Right?
Well,
Or
And
you
besides,
can just
it's,
choose who you love more.
Yeah.
Up to you.
But also, her powers may have evolved since Sexy Grandpa.
well, okay, here's the problem. I didn't get time to make. Wait, did I make cookies before we left? We didn't. I know I thought about it in my head, and I can't remember.
Would
Did
you
I
have had some
say-
planned though for like the festival anyway?
Didn't I say? I don't know if I said this in my head, so help me. But did I say before we left with Ginkgo that I stop at home and grab a bag of fortune cookies?
Ooh, I don't
No,
remember.
you didn't.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, good thing I stopped at the house before we went. And I grabbed these fortune cookies. Wow, it's like I could see the future.
Can we imagine that in Rune's house somewhere, there's just a pantry that she can open up and just filled with just fortune cookies that she's made?
Yeah. I actually haven't done this in a long time. All right, so, oh, man. Guys, someone do something. Rune starts fiddling through her fortune cookie bag.
We can also just play hot potato with, that coconut.
I'm not touching that coconut.
As
Oh.
Rune starts fiddling with things, you do hear a voice coming from behind you, Minnie. Well, hello, dear friends. Thank you for the compliments earlier. As you turn back and look, the individual is now properly standing behind you in the gold and green attire. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rolik Van Ritz, investigative arborist.
What does that mean?
He looks at trees.
Not just looks at trees, dear friend. I am here on behalf of the Emerald Empire itself. King and Queen Ozma.
Wait, you know the king and queen?
Oh, I not personally, but I have been sent here on their behest.
You
So
work
if you weren't
for the
here,
king
they
and
would have
queen.
been here.
Sure, we'll say that.
We are the most sheltered group of kids out here.
Right? Yeah.
Oh! Can I do something just to mess with this dude? I would like to see. Is there like those like little like grater type things that you use for like Parmesan? You know, the tiny little ones.
Sure.
Wait, I'm gonna take out one of those like acorns that I've been carrying and just like put that on my cereal as I just sort of.
Keelan, stop eating those.
They're
You
so
realize
delicious.
those are eternicorns, dear boy.
Yeah, turnip corns.
You're,
Like
you're
it's like
most
corn and
likely
turnip.
not aware of how rare and
Eat my cereal.
they are very, very valuable in the right hands.
Well, I eat with my right hand.
Yes, well,
Boo.
I hope each bite is worth the 100 gold that you could probably fetch for them. But I digress. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did I happen to overhear you saying something about the investigation of what's happening within the orchard?
Yeah, Miss Point said that there was some of the harvest wasn't that good this year. Said something had gone a bit awry or something, and well, I mean, I don't need to point it out, but the golden apple seemed to be quite important here. So yeah, I was going to, me and Veya, I say as looking straight at Rune, are going to go and maybe look into it a little and see if there's something we can do to help.
Well, more valuable than just here, my dear boy. You see, I was actually sent here from the Emerald City to come and investigate why the crop seasons have not been flourishing and fruiting the way that they typically would in the past. You see, the golden apples themselves are used for very, very powerful elixirs, some for healing salves, others for potent love potions. And of course, the golden apple wine is the king and queen's favorite, of course. Yes, it might be beneficial to take on some assistance in the meaning of all this. I do have a very distinct plan to start putting together in order to decipher the mystery behind the missing apples.
Well, if you need a hand, I mean, I look over at Veya. Are you cool with us? Yeah, we'd be more than happy to help you out with your investigation.
Fantastic. We'll be starting with soil samples. Now, this won't take long, most likely a day or 3. Hopefully you don't mind getting your hands a little dirty, but it's very distinct, method that I've discovered. Trying to look in the individual grains of each piece of the soil to determine if there is some type of,
Man, that sounds so interesting, but me and Minnie actually have something to do. Right, Minnie?
Yes.
It has been such an honor meeting you, Jimothy. I had a wonderful time.
Actually, it's Rolik, but...
So long. Berrick's out.
Well, I mean, the rest of you are more than welcome to join. There's plenty to be dug up. And like I said, it will only take, a few days of digging and examining each tiny piece of dirt individually.
Minnie kind of like skirts away.
Can we keep Jeremy at least?
Yeah, bring.
No, Jeremy's required. Okay, bye everybody. Bye, Mr. Rolik. So nice to meet you. Everyone have a wonderful day with the trees. And then she runs away.
Great.
Can we just say that Al is trying to leave but seems to not be able to because Keelan's got his hand just on his thigh, not letting him move.
What the fuck?
He's like, no, you don't. You're not leaving us. You're not going anywhere.
Hey, I'm gonna leave, and he pushes his chair back and gets up and follows behind Berrick and Minnie. Oh, great! So the 3 of us will start our investigation proper. I would recommend dressing down. Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry. I do fortune readings, and my fortune just look. And Rune will open the cookie, and and she's not showing him. It says that I have to go that way. Bye.
Well. I guess 2 is more than enough. Extend the time period that it will take to. Sorry.
There's plenty of stuff that we have exactly just for the purposes of digging for days at end, right, Veya?
Yep. Yes.
Yep. And we're going to go and get these tools, and we'll meet you somewhere for sure. Don't worry. We'll definitely be on that for sure.
Oh, very good. I'll tell you what, I'll wait here, and if you want to go collect your tools, and again, you may want to dress down. It is a little bit of a dirty job, and of course, there's going to be piles and piles of manure that we'll most likely need to dig through as well. But that's if you have the right tools for it.
Fine. We're very accustomed to working, with tools. All right, bye. I'm gonna grab Veya.
You guys are mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Sorry. At what point did you
Berrick's
for
for
this?
sure gone, but me, Bobby, the player, just like I would go back and go help.
Yeah,
him,
me
dude.
too.
Like I
This is different.
Yeah, I would work there until I died. That would
His
be it.
passion is like infectious a little bit.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I look. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I looked at it's like I roll like people who like adventure and investigate stuff like that. Because your parents give me a very different impression of what heroes look like.
As you all eventually bolt out of the doors of the inn proper, you find the rest of your companions now standing outside, some giggling and laughing at the idea of digging around in dirt and horse poop all day.
Keelan, we should probably help him, right?
Yeah, but he's going to be doing that for days. I'm sure we can do our own looking around before we commit to that.
Oh,
And besides, he's getting paid from the Emerald Empire, you know?
He definitely said he's gonna wait in the tavern.
Yeah,
He has like days.
Yeah.
go
He's
by.
waiting for us.
Just like
We leave
tap around
town.
the table, just like.
It'll be fine.
Oh, guys.
We
Okay.
need to go say something.
Yeah. Why don't one of you run back in and be like, oh my gosh, my friend who just was here is having an emergency, and I need to go help them. We can't help you right now, but maybe later. And then run back out again.
Man, there's a lot of dogs in this town.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
Look,
like this. Can I just be me again? No. And just kind of fed up. She's gonna step back into this and just go up directly to him. Listen, we want to help you. I don't want to touch poop.
That might be a little bit tricky then. Do you have any glaives you could use?
I don't have a glaive.
Well, and you do seem to have relatively large nails. You will, in fact, get a fair amount of fecal matter underneath those.
I would really not want to do that. Is there anything else we can do to help besides touching poop?
Interesting question. I've never been asked that before.
Do you want us just to like look around maybe?
You've never been asked, can we not touch poop?
Keelan and I are really good at scouting areas. We're both very fast, and so if you need us just to check a lot of places quickly, that could work.
Yeah, well, you see, my dear, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
It's Rune.
Ah, Rune, very good.
And I am Berrick.
And again, my name is Rolik Van Ritz. Pleasure to meet you, of course.
I'm gonna regret that.
Now, the issue with your proposition is trees do not move very quickly. In fact, generally they don't move at all, unless swaying in the wind, of course, but I don't think you'll necessarily need to chase a tree. No, this is what, and this is a new terminology, just being broached out of the Emerald City now is a methodology known as scientific research.
Yeah, can't you just do that quicker? Plus, we're not chasing the trees. We're trying to figure out what's hurting the trees, right?
Yes, and where better place to look than where the roots of the soil lie?
Can we just get tree samples instead of poop samples then?
Well, you see, the trees are the byproduct of said soils and said fertilizers. It's all very fascinating. I'd be happy to tell you all about it while we
I
continue
don't really
to dig
want to
for
know
many
all about it.
Oh,
I
okay.
respect what you're doing, but I don't want to be that.
Well, that's all right. I mean, investigative arborists are a very refined bunch. Not for everyone. I can completely understand. But I mean, if you do happen to maybe hear anything or receive any tips throughout the city by the folk themselves, but feel free to pass it along my way. There might be some extra coin in your pocket for you.
Wait, you want us to just go talk to people? We're way better at that. Keelan talks to people all the time.
Just getting me to
I mean,
shut up, that's
Berrick.
the hard part.
Well, if that is something within your wheelhouse and you believe that you can extract information out of these hardy folk, by all means, if you have anything of value that can lead to the issues that will solve this, will crack this case, if you will, I would be happy to pay for that information.
Deal. We're on it. And not even without a hesitation, she walks straight out, goes straight up to Keelan. I have a door knocking campaign for us.
Say no more.
We get to go talk to people and you get to knock on all the doors so that way we can find out what's going on.
I will knock the shit out of those doors.
Yes! A mission that we like.
Life goals being achieved. What have you all done with your lives since the start of our adventure?
I gave birth to a coconut yesterday.
All right.
I'm
all
not trying
right.
to brag or anything. It's just I've never played well to it, so I don't know.
Oh, Keelan, before you go, do you want me to tell you your fortune?
All right.
I saw your face, Dag! Don't make me break!
Yeah, all right. I'd love to hear it.
Okay,
Can I
so
eat the cookie?
can you eat the... Yeah, but before, I need something personal of yours to really get a good grasp on you, specifically probably those Eternicorns.
Not sly at all.
I
Just
I-
a
I
bag.
you know what? Hold on, wait. Okay, never mind. Yep, I reached down and grabbed the bag too. It's like, oh, it's really weird. You know, I've never seen you actually take anything from anyone else when you've done these readings, but you know, you're the oracle, and I hand you like half a bag of Eternicorns.
You say Oracle, Rune flinches a little bit, and she takes the bag. She goes,
Well, how many people have you seen me do fortunes for?
Everyone you've given a cookie to.
Well,
Some people twice.
those are different. But okay, so here, and Rune will put the Eternicorns in her bag.
Also, complete strangers too. Like you just walk up to people, it's like take a cookie.
Well, yeah, okay. So, and here's yours, and Rune will hand you your cookie. Okay, you can eat the cookie, but make sure you get the paper inside.
Oh, okay.
Nice sound effect.
Eat the cookie. Eat the cookie. Nom, nom, nom.
It's good, right?
Is the cookie good?
Let's see, high or low.
Always high.
These aren't good or bad. They just are.
It's
Just
terrible.
in general.
It's like cardboard, straight up cardboard.
Should have eaten the paper.
Well, no, but then you wouldn't get your fortune.
I'd also get the taste of this cookie out of my mouth. What does it say?
As you, you know what? I'll write it in chat, and you can read it. As you unroll the paper, you see this time in pencil. It's actually not in the gel pen.
Why do I feel like I'm just getting like the most inferior fortune you've ever made?
Because she just wrote it right now, so she could steal your shit.
She literally just wanted to steal your shit.
Yeah.
What I just put in
Yeah,
the chat
Keelan-
is what it
Keelan's-
says.
Yeah, Keelan's intelligence is -1, so he hasn't pieced that together.
It's written in chat.
Okay, it says something wise here. Oh.
Wow.
It means to say it's like there is no secret sauce. I am the something that is wise here. So something wise is here. I am wise. Do you see that? Ha ha! Proof. And I'm gonna actually tuck it in under my goggles.
Oh, no.
I am wise.
Can't wait for his sweat to just make that a lead.
Call me
stain on his
Keelan
forehead.
They call me Keelan the Wise. No, that's because I sweat out of my nose.
Wow.
Is that a horse fact?
Ew.
We dropping horse
Maybe.
facts today?
Oh, we did
No,
we
of
did
course,
frog.
Stan's
This
what?
is we're like National Geographic of D&D.
Here's a horse and a frog fact. The little bouncy part that makes their hooves not hurt is actually called a frog on a horse.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Learned something today.
That's cool. I like that.
Nerds.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Had to redeem
well,
myself from the toad frog situation.
okay, should we go? What are we doing? What's the plan?
I
All
don't
right,
know.
we're going. I'm going door knocking.
Yeah, we have a mission.
an
Okay.
important mission.
Okay.
Yeah, and me and Minnie and Jeremy, obviously. We all have a mission too. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with what are your names again? Oh, Minnie and Berrick. I don't really want to go knock on doors.
And Al with a cold is coming with us, so
Yeah, I love you guys. She turns to Keelan and Veya, but I think door knocking is more Keelan's thing, and I'm really excited for you, Veya, to get to meet more people. But I think I'm gonna go with the others.
Why did that sound like she was trying to break up with us?
Yeah, well, she definitely did. So not sitting with us for dinner tonight.
Made a choice. She did. I heard it with my own ears.
Guys, it's not you, it's me.
Oh, it's fine. Come on,
So we
Van.
agree
Let's
with
go.
that.
Let's go make some new friends.
She'll link your arm and we'll just like walk off. Forget you.
Keelan's like leaning all the way down.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm very tired. I forgot the height.
officially split the party, and so the Demon King will now come.
Yeah.
So
You, the
glad
battle
we
music,
did
my
this.
cat.
Should
Yeah.
we wake up Ginku?
Oh,
He's still sleeping.
Hey, did he say that he wanted to see us today? I can't remember.
He-
He's
Just
kind of like our
mumble.
adopted grandpa.
Let's leave him a note.
Good idea.
I could have like a cricket talk to him or something.
Okay, that
Sure.
works too.
Yeah,
Cool.
then I can save my ink.
I'm just gonna like bend, hands on knees, bend down, and look on the ground for a bug to talk to.
As you do, you don't find necessarily a cricket lying around, but you do see a small swarm of ants that seem to be marching along.
All right. You there? And I point to the smallest ant to intimidate. Hey, I need you to deliver a message to a guy in that tavern. Old guy, wears a robe, and slippers, has biscuits in his pockets, or dinner rolls. Could you tell him that the group went to do some things in town? We will be back later. Don't wait up. Be safe. Love you. Looking good, Daddy. Okay.
Whoa.
You think you got all
Okay.
that?
Gosh, yes, sir. I'm a great worker. I'll go deliver that message for you right away, sir.
That's awesome to hear. You only have 24 hours to make it there, or you'll forget the message and not be able to deliver it. So-
The single ant looks back at the tavern, looks back at you, looks back at the tavern, which is about 20 feet away from you at this time.
You got this.
I'm on this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, General, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Godspeed.
He watches its little manacles kind of wiggle in excitement for a moment before it turns and start rushing towards the inn.
I'm not going to start questioning what would happen to an ant who broke formation and stopped doing their job.
Oh, immediate execution when he returns.
That's
Yeah,
no.
No, you just sent this ant to its death.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall asleep thinking about this stupid fucking fake ant.
yeah, hurry up and name it so it makes it worse.
Yeah. No, don't name it.
Its name
I
was
will-
actually Sebastian.
I can't.
Oh, that's a great name.
I can't.
Yeah,
For Sebastian. Rest
Yeah.
in
I
peace.
don't know.
yeah.
Rip.
R.I.P. in
Sebastian.
chat for Sebastian.
Yeah.
And with that, knowing full well that you've probably just caused another loss of life, Berrick, you've received Dark Heart.
Wow. That escalated.
That's fair. That's fair.
It
I
is.
deserve
It
that.
is. Yeah. You really do. All right. So, with the majority of the party now heading down to the rusty anvil, you begin to make your walk not too far, a couple yards.
Oh,
You can literally see it from just outside. Oh,
Oh, it's right there.
It's about like the equivalent of like a half block
Guys,
away.
look at the map. He made a map for us. It's
Did.
not far.
Hey, I don't.
No one gives a
Two
shit about the
houses
things I
down.
do, buddy. Yeah. No, it's
I
fine.
give a shit about the map, okay? Patreon gave a shit about the map. They did.
Well, thank you, Patreon. I'm glad someone pays attention to what I do around here.
Okay, I have the map.
I don't. But
It's in our group
In
chat.
the Discord.
And then, again, the rusty anvil is like 2 houses down from the taverns. Berrick will go to knock and then like pause for a minute and be like, "This feels so wrong.
What feels wrong?
This isn't my job. You know."
Okay. I mean, we've knocked before. Okay. Rune will knock on the door.
As you knock on the door, you hear a very monotone voice ring out from behind the other side, welcoming you in.
Oh, okay. You are okay. Rune will go in. Hi. I don't know why I'm leading this.
Me neither. Hey,
these
remember us from yesterday?
Yes, hello. You have grown slightly taller and your hair much whiter than... Oh, as he looks back and sees Minnie. Never mind.
I thought he was
good morning.
look a little upset.
Good morning to you both. Or good morning to the 4 of you.
Yeah, we brought some backup. Figured whatever you have going, we could probably get done twice as fast, you know?
This is Rune. Rune, this is Bolt.
You don't have to introduce her.
And this is Jeremy.
Are you?
They're trying to
making-
speak in their native tongue.
Yeah.
You come up a little robotic, just.
It's very nice to meet you, sir.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi.
And Al kind of sticks his head in. Hey, I'm Al.
That's out. So did you know what you needed? We're kind of vague on the details yesterday.
Yes, apologies for that yesterday. I do have a very special mission. However, there does require a small, short travel, no more than a few hours. Is that acceptable?
I mean,
Is it safe?
I mean, probably let, Keelan and Veya know, but
We could just tell another ant.
that's very powerful magic. To talk to an ant and have an ant deliver a message for you, I'd probably be tapped for the day, for example, if I were to do that again.
Wow. You should work on that.
You work on your oracle stuff.
I'm working-
Anyway, the
Sorry.
job that I have requires some travel. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Sure.
Well, fine.
Oh, okay. Many of you have. I mean, this is your shit.
Is it safe?
Yes,
What will we be
it
doing
is
when we get there?
Oh. How safe?
very.
Okay.
Okay. What's the job?
I wish you to go collect rocks.
Okay. All right. I mean,
Very specific, unique stones, more crystal than anything else. You see,
okay.
I have grown tired of creating mundane everyday items. I wish to produce works of artistic weaponry again, but alas, am unable to. The type of craftsmanship that I wish to complete requires intense and prolonged heat within the forge. It must remain constantly balanced throughout the process. The reason, mostly, why I set up the rusty anvil here is due to a particular stone or crystal that is not found too far from here. When mixed with charcoals, these create the perfect condition for such delicate work. Not far from here is a cliffside facing onto the Siren Sea. This is where I would go to collect these crystals.
Sure. Will we know them when we see them? Is it going to be kind of obvious, or do you have could you do like a little sketch of what we're like? What color is
Or
it?
a sample?
No need.
Or a sample.
You will be able to extract and determine exactly what I am looking for. These crystals hold a flickering light, as if a candlelight resides directly at their core, causing them to glow.
Well, I mean, should be. And is it on top of the cliffside, around the mountain, base?
The last time I went crystal picking, I did note that it seemed the area has been picked clean.
So, check the harder to reach spots, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
So, while in theory safe, and as long as you practice safe procedures, you should be fine.
How much do you want? Should we bring a wagon? Do you have a wagon? Can we borrow it?
I do not have a wagon. I do not search for much. I would be willing to offer 120 gold for 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
I mean,
So we have to-
4 people carrying. That's 12.5 pounds each or something like that.
Do you have any backpacks that we could just borrow and give back to you? I mean,
Yes,
carrying.
I do have heavy sacks that you could use.
Okay, that's way better than juggling a bunch of crystals. What color are they?
The crystals themselves appear translucent, slightly bluish in nature, tint to it. The interior glow seems to sometimes hold an orange, while others hold yellow light within.
Okay.
Blue flower, red thorns. Blue flower, red thorns.
Is it easy? Can you touch them with your bare hands?
I can, yes.
Well, I meant more us, since we're the ones getting them.
Interesting. I can see where your flesh might be a problem. They are quite sharp and jagged. Be careful when dealing with them.
Okay.
We should probably get some picks, right? I assume they don't come out of the ground too easily, right? Or
Surprisingly, they do. They are typically in clusters as opposed to large stones.
So can I use my spoons?
I do not see why not.
it's all about
Okay.
leverage.
Should we wear gloves? If they're gonna cut us and stuff.
As a non-flesh wearer, hard to determine.
Okay, we should bring gloves, guys. Just in case.
I feel like we're asking him a lot of questions. We're asking you a lot of questions. We apologize.
Better to be
Well-
filled with knowledge than lack all.
Where's the fun in that? All right. Anybody else last minute burning question?
Nope. Just the backpacks, I guess. Well, where is it, I guess? Could you mark it on our map?
Yes. As he takes the map out of your hand, he shows you a small cliff face not too far to the south of town.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Great.
Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Knew you had my back, Jeremy. Head out.
As before leaving, you pick up your burlap sacks and begin to make your way outside of the Anvil. Is there anything you guys want to do before you start your journey?
That's terrifying.
I know.
Oh, wait. We need to tell the others that we're leaving. So maybe we can just stop off and leave a note for Veya and Keelan at the front of the tavern.
And Ginku.
I pop my head back in. Hey, by the way, if a horse guy and like a little rat woman come in here asking about us, just let them know where we went. Thanks.
Before he can even answer, you close the door behind you.
So is that okay, Dave? That's what I'm asking.
I mean, that's your call. You can leave them a note, or you can do whatever. I mean, you guys can do whatever you want.
That's so ominous.
Just live a little dangerously. We don't have to check in with mom and dad every time we fucking go in.
I mean, it's just letting them know. The guy said it's 3 hours. I mean, okay. Well, I guess worst case, you could send an animal back, right?
Not for sure. As long as I don't need to use, too much of my oomph while we're out. I don't imagine we will. I mean, we're collecting rocks. How hard could it be?
Yeah. I've collected tons of rocks and nothing's ever happened.
Don't say that.
Well, one time I got a snake bite, and another time I dropped a rock on my foot, and then another time I fell, but nothing that bad, just usual stuff.
Okay. Do you know what a jinx is, Minnie?
No. Can I eat it?
No. But sometimes when you put something out into the universe challenges you back. So sometimes it's good not to say nothing ever bad could happen.
So what if I did the opposite and then the universe would challenge me back with good stuff?
That's a good idea. We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doomed.
Yep.
We'll never see our friends again.
Mm-hmm. Well,
The only one who will survive this well, no, because I don't want Jeremy to get hurt.
Leave Jeremy out of this. She looks at me very seriously.
No, I'm sorry. I almost slipped there. I had these rules that got me confused.
One of you do have to propose to the other.
What?
What?
What
Another
happened?
one of those flags. You have to be when we get back, we'll get hitched to something.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we're saying we're
That's how people
never
die
gonna
in
get
movies.
back. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay. Well, the other thing with jinxes is that if you go really hard the other way, the universe might be inspired by it. So it's good just to stay neutral and not say anything. You also never know who's listening. We just learned about so many gods. They could all be listening right now.
I just feel like based on your rules that you're talking about right now,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing the worst for us.
I think so too.
You've mentioned it the most. I feel like if you hadn't brought it up at all, all I'm saying is if we die on this journey, it's your fault. But that's,
Just
and he
looks at you.
he's just
really
smirking at you, just not thinking anything's gonna go wrong because we're fucking collecting rocks.
Okay.
I don't like
Well,
Dave's look right now.
I know. Should we? So are we not telling Keelan and Minnie? Is that what we're doing? We're just
If
going.
you want to
get
tell
rocks?
them, you can, and then you can catch up with us. Start walking.
Okay. Rune will go.
Minnie's just looking at her feet. Just like,
Rune will go in and leave a note, and she'll run along and catch up to them.
Okay,
they were never heard from again.
we'll see. All right. Keelan and Veya, as you begin your trek throughout the town, is there somewhere in particular you'd like to start?
Keeping in mind you have a map.
Right. I should bring that up.
That we have
Got
an
your
apple.
back, Dave.
Thanks, buddy.
You're valued. I love you.
Well, I think we should approach this with a clear strategy so that way we don't miss any important houses. But perhaps we start with the ones closest to the orchard.
Yes, because they're likely most likely to have seen something.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Well, there's one that's like this little brown house with the little swirly roof there. And that's on the
That
corner.
describes 20 of them, it looks like.
The one on the corner, just across the road from the Apple Picking Enterprises.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I think we start there and then we head down towards the winery because, right?
Mm-hmm.
If something has gone wrong, maybe we could also ask at the winery about if there's, anything else.
That's a good point. No, I like that. We'll go there, and we'll just kind of go back and forth across the street.
Yeah. No, I like the strategy.
Let's start with that. And if we don't have any information by the time we get to the winery, then we'll just start asking maybe some of the people who work at the Enterprise.
Yes.
Okay.
Or even just random people in the streets too. I mean, if we
I
see
fucking
anyone
hate you
acting-
both right now, by the way.
Let's go talk to everyone in every house.
Absolutely everyone. Yes.
I was about
Leave
to say
those
they're a
thrown onto-
weirdly efficient duo.
Oh, we've got
did
a
we just
plan.
get the answer? That's it? We just found all the places that we actually need to go? Oh, whoops.
Oh, no.
Here, we're just going to make you come up with an entire village filled with people on the fly. Cool.
Listen,
You're
it's
the one
okay
who
if they
gave
I
all
us
sound
cannot
the
wait
same.
till you guys are my DMs one day, and you're both DMs. So just wait. My revenge will come.
I am
Hey,
afraid.
no one says that they have to be home.
Bobby, you're getting inspiration already because you said something nice earlier. So
Thanks. That evens me out.
all right, so you're just randomly walking up to a home and deciding to start knocking on doors. Do I have that right?
Well,
yeah.
Keelan's experienced with knocking on doors, so I feel like this
yeah.
is
Right, but
Not
you're not
just
going to
random.
like one of the places, I don't know, that's conveniently like labeled on the map or anything like that. No, you just want to go start knocking on doors.
the purple,
Well,
specifically
yeah.
the purple or the brown swirly one.
Yeah, the
across
brown
road.
swirly
Right,
one.
yeah, no, of course,
Very important
the brown
one, okay?
swirly one.
Yeah, that person
note
put so
for
much
chat,
time
real
and love
quick.
into their house,
Since they probably don't have the map up right now, there is roughly 12 with brown swirly roofs on the map.
No,
Yeah.
Keelan specifically pointed to the one directly across from the Golden Apple Picking Enterprise.
Indeed, it's true.
Okay.
That one.
In front of the brown swirly house, you see a very nice little quaint garden that's been set up in front. A small white picket fence that leads up to just about your shin level. You can see a number of very brightly colored flowers throughout the entirety with a variety of different types of flowers. You see tulips and daisies and a number of other very vibrant colors throughout the garden. And as you begin to make your way up the stone walkway, you find your way at the door. You see a tiny little mat directly in front of the door that says, "The Oak Father lives here and in our hearts."
Yeah, I don't like the look of this door. We should try the next one.
But you can't just run away from doors. This is really
Oh, I'm-
important for you to address, Keelan. Come on.
All right, no, it's fine. Okay, just All right.
Go ahead and make a performance check for me.
Yes. Take this door. Ah! It rolled off the 20 to an 8. Rude. Freaking rude.
As your knock reverberates through the wooden door, you hear a voice calling out from inside. Hang on. I'll be there in a minute.
Oh, take your time.
I don't move too quickly. I'm still coming, though. A few moments
Sounds really
pass.
lovely.
A few more moments pass.
You
These
think?
are really lovely tulips.
Are you sure they're okay?
Are you okay, ma'am? Do you require assistance?
Suddenly, you hear the click of the door latch open. Oh, everything's fine, dear. Now, What brings you to my home this lovely day?
Well, madam, we are young investigators of an arboreal nature. And we are looking into some of the strange going-ons that might have occurred nearby. Specifically the strange going-ons at the orchard, which is, as I'm sure you're aware, having some trouble with their latest harvest. And we were asking around the neighborhood if anyone had seen anything suspicious or anything strange in the coming weeks, months, since the orchard has started being strange.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that directed towards me?
Oh, yes, yep. That's why we knocked on your door to see if perhaps, madam, if you'd seen something.
How lovely! I very rarely get guests around here. You see directly in front of you a very similar in age, elder marionette woman. You can see a large kind of creases along her face line. Similar to how bark splits as it gets older.
Oh.
Well, I'd love to tell you everything I know. Why don't you come on in? I'll make you some tea.
Well, we only have a certain amount of time, ma'am.
Well, this won't take any time at all.
I look at Veya.
One cup of tea.
Oh, yeah, that would be my absolute pleasure. She opens the door widely. Welcome into my home.
I will dust my shoes off before I enter.
Veya wasn't going to, but now she does. Thanks.
As you enter into the homestead, you can see most of the furniture as well as what look to be countertops that are made from a combination of wicker and various types of timber and carpentry. There doesn't seem to be a lot of cloth necessarily throughout the homestead. Oh, come right this way. She leads you into a separate room, which looks to be the equivalent of a family room or living room. You can see a number of wicker benches that are adjacent to one another. Yeah. Please, you sit. I'll go make us some tea.
Oh, thank you.
But only one cup. We don't need a lot.
Yeah, I'll bring the pot. She leaves the room. You look around the room, and the only differentiation from a standard wicker-based home is you can see a number of what you would assume to be tapestries and paintings covering the walls entirely. You can see a number of individuals, all mostly marionettes, in various stages of their lives. Some of them look like a younger woman that seemed to be the correct age for a schoolgirl, as well as a gentleman as well, that seems to progress throughout the ages. You can see a number of small marionette children, and a few of them in the later years throughout the course of the pictures, while none of them signify any real triumphant adventures or defeating of any types of dragons. You can tell based on the pictures that you see that this is a life well lived.
Keelan sort of smiles softly, seeing a lot of similarities with this home and his grandparents. As he's looking around, he says, "You know, Veya, this is kind of a good opportunity, isn't it? Like, to, I don't know, maybe do something that will actually make a bit of a difference to some people." Doesn't, there's no big sharks or giant bear things to rip us apart. Kind of nice.
It's a change of pace. That's true. If we still, are successful, let's hold us to that at least.
Oh, that's true. But it's nice that, violence doesn't always have to be our go-to adventure, just like with the cetars and things, it was nice to be able to help that poor girl and get her out of danger without, bloodshed.
That's true. That was honestly really terrifying. I didn't even think people were capable of doing things like that.
Oh, yeah, no, people can be monsters. Oh, sorry, I meant that literally, but, also, yes, people metaphorically can also be monsters, but, there are lots of good people out there. I mean, look at this woman. And I'm going to just pick up one of the portraits very gently and sort of showcase the family, I think this is kind of why I do what I do and what I want to do, to make sure that people like this are always happy. My grandfather used to tell me about, the delivery people of, the family that came before. And they always used to speak about, how it was all about the common people, people who just needed that connection. And to connect people over vast distances, that was something truly special. But, yeah.
Is that what you want to do, Keelan? That same kind of connection?
Yeah, I think it is. But, I don't know. I feel like maybe there's still a lot more to it than that. Now, I don't know if this old woman's going to give us any help, but at the very least, why don't we take a look around? Maybe there's something we might be able to spot from here that we can guide questions towards.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And she'll actually start not like rummaging, but like cursory glances through. And she'll actually kind of pause for a second as she holds up another frame. Keelan, when did you know that, what you wanted to do?
Oh, well, I mean, pretty early. I mean, my folks have always been about, all the wind chasers. We're all kind of, told exactly what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to grow up big and strong, climb up the mountain, join the hunting trail, join the family,
Yeah.
I think when I was young and my grandfather used to tell me some of the tales, like, oh, this one was brilliant. So during the War of Red and Green, my grandfather had a mission that took him to the edges of the Emerald Empire, to right at the outskirts, where he had to deliver a missive with new orders for the troops on the front line.
Sure.
Along the way, a caravan had been attacked quite viciously. Supplies were broken, and the message he had to deliver was that there was no help coming, that the people on the front lines, on the edges of the war, were, on their own. So what do you think my grandfather did?
Did all of that. He pushed through, right? Like he made sure those.
Oh yeah, no, him, my father, my mother, they grabbed the supplies by hand and they ran them to the edges. They still delivered the message that no help was coming, all while dragging crates and barrels of food and water for the troops at the front.
That's so much. That's so heavy.
When you're with family, no burden's really too heavy,
I think I get that. I think they did the right thing, even if it was hard.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder if you'll get that same chance to kind of prove yourself?
In a way. I mean, we all want to prove ourselves, but
Right.
I think seeking for those moments invites danger, When the moment happens, I know it'll happen. And all I can do is make sure that everything that I do from now leads to when that moment happens, that I'm ready for it. And I'll do my best. And even if I fail, I'll at least know that my hardest and all I had was good enough, you know?
It's fair. Well, whatever comes your way, Keelan, I have no doubt that you'll always put 100%. I don't know where you always get that energy from. Even after my run today, I felt exhausted. I don't think I've always felt so tired before.
Keelan's going to stop his rummaging and sort of look over at Veya and say, well, you know, Veya, I mean, you give 100% too, all the time. I mean, let's not beat around the bush about it. You and I, we're not that unalike when it comes to the ambitions of trying to live up to the expectations we have.
Yeah, that's true. We kind of have legacies we're trying to meet.
But there's a lot more than strength of, like, the body, you know. I started thinking about it when after we got back from the mountain, you know, like, compared to my family, I'm not that strong. So I started thinking about what other things I could do to make myself, you know, better. I started meditation. I started, you know, yoga in the mornings. And, you know, I still don't feel stronger, you know, not in the way I traditionally, you know, feel strong when I'm working the farm, but I do feel stronger, you know, like, does that make sense?
I think so. Like, you're just developing different skill sets.
Kinda, yeah. Maybe tomorrow, you know, like, if you're up, you know, we can both maybe go on a run together.
Yeah, you're welcome to join me. I try to mix in some climbing every now and then too, but I think it's probably good for me to try something different than what I normally do.
Sure. And I'll maybe we'll mix it up and I'll show you some of my stretchers and my my meditation stuff too.
She kind of hesitates a little bit around the idea of spending meditation, as that's very quiet and sitting still and not exactly her strong suit.
Oh, that's okay. It's really tough, and, you know, some people, you know, they just can't do it. So, you know, if you have trouble, that's okay.
I'll at least try it. It's not, I mean, I can sit. I've done that before, and I breathe all the time. So I can at least do those two things and give it a shot.
I'd like that. Company always makes stuff like that much better.
Oh, all right. Okay. As you see the little old lady now bringing a small tray, her hands shaking with age as the teapot as well as the teacups kind of shake a little and rattle as she brings it along.
Here, let me help you with that. And
Oh,
Veya's
thank you
actually
so
gonna go
much,
help.
dear. I appreciate you. Thank you. As she hands it over to you. Just leave it on the table there.
Keelan's gonna pull over a chair so she doesn't have to go to it. Like, I'm gonna put her and help her down into a nice cozy seat that we've got.
Oh, you're so kind. You're all so very kind. Thank you very much.
Oh no, it's quite all right.
I hope you don't mind if you've ever had oak root tea before.
No, but I guess we'll try it. How bad can it be?
It's very good. It's very good for the soul as well. It's a little warm though, so you might want to blow on a little bit before you take a sip.
Maybe we'll smell it first. What is it? Is it like a warm tea? Is it sugary? Is there milk
It's more
in it?
of it doesn't give a distinct smell per se. From what you can gather from it, it does give off a very earthy scent to it. It doesn't seem to smell very sweet at all.
Yeah, I'm imagining like ginkgo root or like ginseng, you know, that kind of like, yeah, bitter, soury kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Keelan will take a big inhale and blow on it. Now, madam, you know, you live directly across the road from, you know, the Golden Apple picking enterprise and the orchards just beyond. Have you seen anything strange in the last, you know, little while?
Dear boy. Hey, you get right to the point, and I appreciate you for that. But having strangers come knock on my door is not a usual thing, and I'm not as I'm losing my words. I'm not as naive as I once was.
Oh, dang.
Maybe we should sit and talk for a little bit. And then we can get to all of the questions that you might have. How's that sound?
Okay. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Well, cheers
I'm
to
worried
you
about
both
that.
then. And she holds her teacup out, slightly shaking.
I was about to drink it. Now I'm worried. It's like, oh no. She's talking about being naive.
Howard.
Veya will
Don't worry.
drink it.
Fuck you,
Actually.
Bobby. I drink it.
All right, as you cheers the old lady and take a large swig from your teacups. That's where we're going to take a short rest for the evening.
God damn it. Damn it. Okay.
I didn't know I was
trust
going to
yourself.
TPK the party today. This is not what I had on my dance card, but hey, I mean, if we want to go
Most
down
of us
that
were
road.
killed while collecting rocks. And the others
Yeah.
were killed while
I
having
refuse
tea
to-
with an old
My
I
woman.
God.
refuse to have Keelan's grave say dead by tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the adventure.
the
we
most
signed up for.
anticlimactic end to a campaign I've ever had, or the best. We'll have to wait and see. So with that said, we will be back in a few short moments, folks. Go get your apple juice. Go get your orange juice. Go get your oak root juice. And we will be back after a very short rest. We'll see you real soon. And welcome back, everyone. And congratulations to the winners of the additional giveaways. And thank you very much, Cross and B-Town, for go ahead and hosting those for us. We just learned recently that you guys can do your own giveaways if you're tired of waiting for us. So thank you very kindly. And congratulations to all the winners. Shh, Muscle Boy is talking? You damn right he is. You know what, Shova? You get inspiration for that. Congratulations.
So generous today. with
Well,
the
they take care of us around here. That's for sure. And we love you guys for it.
It's making me itchy.
No, I know. All right. Jumping back into tonight's episode. So, as Veya and Keelan spend some time at the old lady's homestead, the rest of our adventurers continue their travels towards the cliffside as directed by Bolt. As you continue on down the path, knowing it will take some time, Berrick and Rune seem to lead the charge, with Al and Minnie a few steps from behind them, a few feet behind them. The two of you continue to walk forward, leading the way, as you can hear both Al and Minnie giggling as they converse and tell jokes over God knows what.
He's just like he's just fucking around while he's walking.
Are you air drumming right now?
I'm the best.
Okay. Yeah, Bear, I've been wanting to talk to you.
He drops his invisible drumsticks. About.
Gosh. Well, we never really talked about what happened. I mean, I died, and when I woke up, Kui was dead. And then you didn't really talk for a whole day. And then you just acted like nothing happened. And then you pooped out a coconut, and you've been more concerned about that than anything else.
Yeah. I mean, it's very telling that shitting a coconut was the less traumatic thing I had to deal with this week. I guess I just don't know what to say. I've been thinking to myself, which is scary. Alright, can I be honest with you?
Yeah, I would.
Look,
I would love. Okay.
I don't know if your whole oracle thing is bullshit or not. Seems like it is most of the time.
Ooh.
But do you believe in manifesting?
That's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
a big word, I know. It's like the biggest word I know.
I mean, the fortune telling stuff. It's sometimes real, but yeah, I believe in manifesting. That's what I was trying to tell Minnie about.
Have you ever manifested something and immediately feel guilty?
Yeah. Why?
I've spent the last God knows how long praying something would go wrong during the ceremony. That you would fail, and that nothing would change. Because I know what would have happened if you had gone through the ritual without any issue.
What do you mean you know? What do you know?
I know that if you had... He kind of like looks back, making sure that they're still joking and not paying attention. It would have been the start of me losing you. You would have gone and trained with some priests or whatever it was, and eventually you would just be used as a conduit for Sleeping Beauty, which would mean that you'd just be asleep forever. I knew.
How long did you know? How do you know?
I've known for a while. Why is not important, but now that things didn't go well, I can't help but feel that it's my fault that we're in the situation that we're in. A part of me feels especially guilty because I got what I wanted, and now we've lost so much more.
Look, if it's your fault, then it's just as much my fault, because I don't know what happened. It's like one day Mom just thought that I had this great big destiny in front of me, and I was gonna become this powerful person for Sleeping Beauty, and I didn't tell you because I didn't want it to be real. And honestly, I feel like Sleeping Beauty can hear everything I'm saying, and I don't know. Look, I
mean, that's just why I've been distant and maybe a little shittier to you than I usually am, because I wanted to push myself away because I knew I was going to lose you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Look, Vera, I've been obsessed with finding this star. I've been reading up on it, and then when we heard about it in the Portobello province, when Manio started talking about it, I thought maybe it could be real. And I heard that it has if you get one, you can get lots of powers. And oh my gosh, Well, I was looking for the star in the hopes to somehow overcome this end goal of Sleeping Beauty and my mom and everyone else. I don't want to say goodbye to everyone. I didn't want to say goodbye to you, and I thought maybe I didn't have to tell you, and I would just figure it out, and I'd find a star, and I'd be powerful enough to overcome it. And then
Rune, I'll be honest, it hurt that you didn't tell me. I understand why. But if there's anyone that we should be honest with, is with each other.
Okay.
I don't know what this star thing has for you. I don't want to tell you what to do with your life, but at least do it for your own reasons. Not for some expectation that's been made of you.
Okay, Rune looks very nervous, and she's gonna switch to Elvish now. Okay, so we really need to talk because what you think you know was true, but it's way worse now. And I've been kind of freaking out, and I'm not sure if I was gonna tell you or not.
What do you... His face kind of drops a little bit. What do you mean?
Okay, well, remember how I kind of died? But I'm back?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of lied. When Minnie asked me what happened, I lied. I said that I didn't remember. But
you do remember.
I do remember. And I really did die. But I made a trade to come back for a little bit, I guess.
What do you mean for a little bit?
So, you know how Mom thought that if I passed all my tests, I could be like, I don't know, sleeping oracle for Sleeping Beauty, and I would go to sleep, and I would just be asleep, and I would tell Sleeping Beauty's fortunes. Well, now the trade for the chaos that it caused for me to come back is eventually, after all this is done, Sleeping Beauty wants to use me as her vessel.
You mean she would possess you?
I think so. It is a trade for more time. So
we'll figure something out. I'm sure. I mean, she's a goddess. This doesn't sound like goddess behavior, right? I feel like we have to find a way around this.
That's why I don't know. It feels like a last-ditch effort, but I don't know. Somehow maybe the star will help. I don't know.
It will. No, it'll help.
Bear, I saw what you did to Kui, and I need you to be prepared if I'm not here. I want you to live your life fully and find your purpose. And I want to make the most of the time that I have here with you and with everyone.
Why does it sound like you're saying goodbye to me already?
It sort of felt like I already did.
Rune, we're gonna figure this out together. You're not going anywhere. And if I have to do what I did to Kui again to make sure that that happens, I would make that trade 1,000 times.
I hope you're right. But something about tricking a promise made to a god sounds like a big task to overcome. So, I hope you're right. And for what it's worth, I would have done the same thing to Kui. If the roles were reversed.
Berrick looks a little lost at this point. Well, I'm making you a promise right now. We're gonna figure this out. And my promise holds a lot more power than hers does. And I'll say that to your face. That part he says in common.
Yeah, Rune laughs a little. You see the seriousness lift.
Say, can you not tell the others?
Maybe that's for the best.
I think it would just worry them, and they might start acting weird, doing weird things. So, I know you really trust Minnie. Are you sure that's a good idea with the hootie thing? She almost let it slip the other time.
You picked up on that she knows. I had to tell somebody.
Of course
I had to tell somebody, and
I knew. Why'd you have to tell Minnie?
Well, she was reading a book upside down, and I thought, she probably wouldn't even pay attention. I just had to say it out loud. It's been killing me. Every time I hear someone like walk into camp or so, I swear I look and think it's gonna be Hootie with a knife or something.
Maybe if it's weighing on you so much, you should just tell everyone. They all like you, Bear.
I not have to the way.
Well, there's.
The way Minnie's been talking.
That's what I mean. If Minnie's the one to tell everyone, I think you're gonna have a lot of people be upset at you for hiding things.
Veya might hit me.
I will make sure no one hits you. I promise. Al might yell at you. He did seem pretty angry for the first little second there.
Yeah.
But
originally I was gonna tell Al.
I think you should tell everyone in a public place.
Public. Keep it public. Oh yeah.
Public, or
I'll be on their best behavior.
maybe just where all of us are. Because I don't know.
Maybe I just get an aunt to do it. It's
No.
still me saying it. It's still,
No,
but then they can take it out on the aunt and not on me.
no. You should tell them. And you should know that you didn't do anything wrong.
I mean, we don't know if I did anything wrong yet or not. Judging by my track record, I'd say there's probably I'm no mathematician, but maybe like a 96% chance that was the wrong move.
You chose mercy. That's always the right move.
Are you gonna show mercy to that witch when we find her?
Wait, the what witch?
The one who has mom?
Oh.
Some
Wow.
people aren't worth mercy.
Maybe you're right. But you're only doing your best, and I think that everyone will see that. But you have to be the one to tell them. Because if you don't, it's gonna look like you're hiding things.
Yeah. Now it's making me rethink the whole not telling anyone about your situation.
Oh, that's
I mean,
way
we've
different.
we've known them for a long time. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know if it's fair to keep them in the dark. It's your thing to tell. I would never go behind your back and do it, but maybe we should mull over, that option.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Not right now. I just kind of want to get these rocks and get to the Emerald City and I don't know, find a way to fix the village and save Mom, and I don't know. That's all I can, and find a star. If I can find that star, then I don't have to tell them anything.
Rune, this is the last I'll say on it, but don't get your hopes up too much. Sometimes the stars, just dust.
Yeah.
But we will find a way.
Okay.
Even if I have to maul a god. He'll rustle your hair.
Yeah, Rune will like
And then
sort
go
of
back to
like,
go back to air drumming.
And you and your companions continue your journey towards the cliff face. Meanwhile, back in the town proper, sitting inside the old Marriott woman's house, Veya and Keelan sit on the opposite sides of the old lady. She smiles strangely at you, not in a malicious manner, more of an inquisitive manner. So, how long have you two been married?
We haven't.
Keelan spits his tea. Oh, yeah, we're not married. No. Sorry, no, we're not married. Not at all.
You don't have to protest that much, but no, we're
Well,
not married.
It was just caught me off guard, is all.
But you seem like such a lovely couple.
Oh, you haven't really met me, so I wouldn't say that quite yet.
Ah, I see. Well, perhaps introductions are the right way to go about it. My name is Maple, and I've lived in this town my entire life. I live here with my husband, Sap.
Oh, he runs the general store, right?
He does. Yes, he does. I take it you've gone to visit him.
Yeah, we actually went there almost first. What did we get there? Oh, I got a music box there.
Yeah, he sells all types of little trinkets and doodads there.
Yeah, he was quite accommodating. He was. I remember he made us feel very welcomed when we first arrived in town.
Well, it's that type of town. Very welcoming to outsiders. Where y'all from, anyway?
A small place, just not far away. Startier Village.
Oh, Startier, I haven't been there since I was a young girl.
You visited?
Yeah, I have. I remember my parents once took me down to Seesaw Harbor. They wanted to watch the big ships go by. It was thrilling for me. And on the way, we stopped by Startier. I remember it had a smell to it. Like a warm hug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good people there.
Not really in a great shape right now, which is kind of why we're out and about.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you trying to raise funds for the old well or something?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't have much, but hang on. She reaches into her small purse.
No, that's okay.
Yes, I got a couple coins here for you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
No,
This isn't what I meant.
It's
Look,
probably
man,
nice of you to be going around trying to collect funds for your town.
Thank you.
Here you go. Here's 2 copper pieces.
Thanks.
Legitimately thought she was going to hand you a Werther's original.
I really think so. That's exactly where my head went.
Or one of the
I-
strawberry candies.
2 copper. That's very kind.
Now, you wanted to know a little bit about our town, I believe. Well, our town started a very long time ago, when our original founders actually made their way down south from the Furland Forest. I believe that's where your people are originally from, if I do recall? Declare? I'm mixing up my
Declare.
words again.
It's fine. You're doing all right. So you've seen a lot in this area before, right?
Oh, I've seen plenty. And thanks to the Oak Father, I'm still on my 2 feet.
Fair enough.
And I couldn't help but notice that, outside you have rather a beautiful garden.
Oh, thank you very much. There's not much left for me to do around here other than tend to my garden from time to time. I don't want to work in the shops anymore.
Oh, well, that's understandable, of course. And while you were out tending your garden, you didn't see anything unusual, across the road at the... Look!
help
I'm
it.
trying my darndest.
He can't
okay?
help it. You'll have to forgive him. He's just really focused on his mission. We're just trying to help out because we heard that, of course, the orchard isn't doing well. And we figured if we help somebody out, because he said he'd pay us if we get more information about what happened in there, we could raise some more funds. But
Yeah, I don't know much about what's happening. That's not really my area of expertise. But I understand why y'all upset. It's upset many people inside the town too. In fact, Timber and Conferus, they've been going at it the last little while over this.
they've been fighting?
Not necessarily fighting. I mean, you don't want to see father and son fight like that. That's not good. But they've been having some nasty arguments from time to time about it.
I don't suppose you know if there's anyone in town that might, benefit from there being a shortage of apples?
Oh, no. It's our bread and butter here. For most of our coin is made from those golden apples. It's been a few years, and our supply keeps getting shorter and shorter. That's why I think Timber's so mad about all of it. He and his wife, they run the winery around here. And with Conference, he runs the town. He's, the branch manager around here, so to speak. They just have different opinions. You come to a point in life when, the son grows up to be a man, and he thinks he has better thoughts than the father does. You see it from time to time.
It does sound like a very complicated family issue there.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be reasonable if we talk to them, or are they pretty closed off as a family?
Technically, Conference is my brother-in-law, so to speak. And I guess that would make Timber my niece, my cousin. Wait, what's the other one?
Nephew?
Yeah, that's the one. He'd be my nephew.
All right. Well, thank you for the tea. It was truly delightful. But I think we need to be continuing our investigation. Maybe we'll stop by and pay you a visit before we leave as well.
I'd like that very much. And hey, while you're here, make sure you go stop at the Oak Father's Temple and Church. there might be some praising that you could do there, a little bit of offering that might give you some insight. He really does wonders for all of us. He tries to make us better people on the inside, and not in a bad way. It makes us reflect internally. The Oak Father, you see, she begins to ramble on about the Oak Father, and as the two of you kind of smile and nod, the two of you hear a strange little giggling coming from somewhere.
No, I run out.
I pick up Veya and I run.
I need both of you to roll d20s for me. I need both of you to roll d20s for me.
We're super fast.
God damn it.
Can I roll
Can't outrun a
outrun,
noobie.
Keelan?
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Oh, balls. It's a 7.
All right, come on, Keelan. Come on, Keelan. That's an 11.
Dang
7-11.
7-11. In that case,
Higher he's winner?
I don't know, high or low for your benefit.
What? No, that's not how it works.
This is just like flipping a coin
I
again.
make this up however I want. Veya, high or low for your benefit?
High.
High?
I feel, yes.
Your call, who gets affected.
I like to remind us about long.
The people want it to be Veya.
I know. Yeah, I'll give the people what they want.
I know.
And I'd feel really bad. Like when you put it on my plate, now it's my fault if I choose to give it to Keelan.
That's my job as a DM. I just put the challenges in front of you. How you solve those challenges is up to you.
Fine. I accept it.
I hope you get an accent you can't do.
Wow.
I remember earlier when you said, hey, Beck seems to have my back on things. I'm glad that did not pay off for me. Great. Great.
Yeah,
I do have your back.
Raina woke up this morning and just chose violence.
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
So who's it going to be, Beck?
It will be me.
Okay, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
All right. I mean,
82.
yay.
It'll be a 100.
That might be my luck. Oh, no, it's just a 30.
A 30, okay.
Which is how old I am.
How bad could that be?
And chat, why don't you go ahead and roll some D100s for fun?
Yeah, as it's given to me, the rest of you all deserve this as well. Whatever the consequences for me, you all have to take as well. You have to. If I have to speak with an accent, you all have to type with one. I don't know what that looks like, but
well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm sorry to say, Veya, but your choice didn't really matter.
Oh.
Feeling a tingling sensation throughout your entire body, you feel yourself kind of twist for a moment, almost like you're getting spun around very quickly. Until the sun sets, you and your closest companion change bodies.
Oh, no!
No!
What? No!
This is my horse. My horse is amazing.
No, I still hold that this is all of chat's response. You all have to pick someone in chat that you have to swap with.
Yep.
Yep, that's it. You're all swapping.
Everyone else has to swap
you and
too.
B-Town are swapped.
Jess, will you swap with me?
Always.
All right, now I'm a lot smaller, Keelan. That's all. Oh no!
Suddenly,
What's happened?
are you just? Is that how you think I sound?
No, my voice box wouldn't be as deep. It would be a little one.
What?
Yeah,
It'd be my voice. It'd be my voice, but with your biology.
It's her vocal cords.
Yeah, it's her vocal cords.
My vocal cords. Yeah.
Yeah, which is why it's.
Oh my god, which makes you Irish.
Yeah.
Well, I was already.
This is the natural progression of how this would go, guys. Come on.
Right. Can you do an Irish accent, Beck?
Irish accent.
Perfect.
All right. In that case, your voice has changed too.
Oh, why did you have to make this harder? That's an.
I don't know. Why did you have to make NPCs on the spot throughout the entire town?
Revenge is sweet,
Okay,
isn't it, Dave?
I'll find it.
Damn it.
Okay, Becca,
As you continue to sit in the chair, a strange sensation overcoming you. The older woman, Maple, looks to both of you. Hey, are you all right?
Dad, can you say it for me first and say,
Okay.
did you put something in tea? Please say that with
Did
an
you
Irish
put something
accent.
in our tea?
Did you put something in our tea? No, this is sounding British.
No, that's great.
Put something in our tea.
It's great.
Oh, yeah, I put the oak root in your tea, if that's what you're asking.
Yes, I feel different. Like, taller.
And more British.
More British for some reason. Because it's the closest I can do, geographically speaking.
I like this. Hashtag British Keelan. Let's do it.
Why am I a squirrel?
So everyone needs you to do this with your arms.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's a Scottish accent, isn't
Did
it?
you just start
Scottish
that there? Did you just start the Kath and Kim Australian accent halfway through that?
Maybe. I'm just, it's throwing everything at the wall right now. It's many accents, and one of them might be right for half a word.
I love it.
Close enough.
Well, I got a semi-serious question though. I mean, the accent hilarious, but like, how does Veya actually feel being in Keelan's massive body?
Yeah, she's hung like a horse now.
No, Dave.
I
No?
am not exploring that part.
All right.
Get him out of here.
I thought it was canon that all wilds have cloacas.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you're right.
that-
You're absolutely
Hold
right.
on. No.
Yeah,
Don't
Keelan
I
came
get a
from an
say
egg.
in this? I vote no to the cloaca.
All right, in that case, you are truly hung like a horse.
Oh,
Those are the two
God.
options you have on the table, Beck.
I am hung like a horse.
I'm
Congratulations.
proud of you, kid.
Thank you.
Only chance to helicopter.
I stand up and I swing around.
So proud.
You knock over 5 bookshelves.
No!
And hit an
I
old
didn't tell
woman.
me you had an extra weapon, Keelan.
It's an unarmed strike.
No.
This canon. I can't commit it anymore to this.
Well, it was a pleasure speaking with both of you, and feel free to come back anytime you please.
Yeah, real pleasure.
Uh-huh. Right. Thank you.
All right, I hope you're feeling better. You seem to have a frog in your throat or something there, Keelan.
Yeah, no, it's not a frog.
Nope, you're not
Not a
Keelan.
frog. It's
I know.
I have a
but
long
I
throat.
Michael, know that I'm not Keelan.
Also, what happened to your voice? The little munchkin voice you were doing.
Yeah, where's your Veya voice?
I was,
Come
I
on.
was, but that was me being Keelan.
You obviously
Yeah.
have to do a Jamaican accent. Like, come on. Are you paying attention to what's happening?
Obviously.
Hey, man. This is how I imagine that they are gonna sound like.
No. None of this is good.
No, I
I
don't
love
know.
that we just like took the basics and made this way more worse for both of them.
Yes.
I don't know why. Look, Beck started the Irish accent. I'm starting the sarcastic grr accent. That's how it's going.
It's an accent. We're leaving. Thank you, ma'am. Goodbye.
Pleasure to meet both of you.
Yeah, real pleasure.
As you
All right.
walk
I
out
will-
the front door.
I can do this. I don't know what
I go for
happened.
the door.
Why are you in my body?
Why are you in mine?
It's not a choice I made to do this. I'm just sticking with this. Do I have to do
Do
the
it.
shoulder thing at least so that way?
Only if it helps. Only
Yeah,
if it
Look at
helps.
this. Can I just say, instead of doing the Irish accent, I'm just doing a Raina attempt at an accent.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can,
The
do,
shoulder.
you can do whatever you think Irish sounds like, or no, more specifically, Welsh.
I feel like those who speak Welsh will be very upset with me.
Listen, I offended all of the Cockney people.
All of
in one
them.
episode.
Keelan Veya will look down at this tiny squirrel. Why are you in my body?
I don't know. I think I heard an oopsie when we were drinking tea. Why am I so angry? Why are my hands shaking with rage?
This is absolutely your fault. Again, the oopsie. That's yours. You should have done the.
Okay, yeah, sure.
things.
It's my fault. It's Keelan's fault. It's always Keelan's fault when it comes to oopsies. But Keelan saves the day by running people around back and forth because he's a glorified workhorse. Wow, I am really angry.
You are very. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Channel it. It'll work better for you.
How do you live like this?
Efficiently.
My heart's like going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
It's like a workout with every step I take. Yes.
Yeah, it feels that way. Oh, okay. Whew, okay.
Taking years to ride that dragon.
Okay, so all right, we are gonna look. We can't stop now. The oopsie stuff that wears off, right? You're not an alpaca, right?
Yeah, we'll be
You're
fine.
not- yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll just go and knock on a door. It doesn't look that hard. How she's gonna
It'll be
straighten
fine.
up, and we're gonna go to the next door right now, just to get rid of this, I suppose.
Oh, this lasts until the next morning.
No, that's fine.
Oh.
Okay.
My God.
I'm going to knock on this door. Can't be that hard. And I'm going to do something different. I'm not even going to raise my hand. I'm just going to keep my hand at hip height. And I'm going to knock on the door from that angle.
Okay, go ahead and make a performance check for me.
That's
Show 'em off.
that
Make
is-
them think it's a child.
They'll never know it's me.
Open the
It's
door to
a-
a horse.
Oh my gosh. It's a 2.
Okay. As you stumble up to the front door and kind of just slop your hand against it, as opposed
Just
to a
dead-hand
formal
it.
knock. Yeah, it's a dead hand. You immediately hear a voice from the other side. No solicitors, go away.
Good. We're not one of them. Let us in.
Or else.
Yep.
Sorry, I thought we were doing like a bad cop thing.
We're just, I think, both really bad at things right now.
Yeah.
This we are, but there's no other reason. It's just
Fair.
all bad.
You hear the thudding of large footsteps crashing up to the front door. As it opens widely, you see a very large individual, looks to be human, an middle-aged gentleman with a bald head, completely shaved bald, and a very angry look on his face. What I say? Get off my doorstep.
It's feeling very tall. No.
Keelan, what's your AC?
13. Sorry, my AC is not great.
Keelan Veya, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as a large fist hits you directly in the nose.
Oh!
Woofda.
Oh,
Oh,
I
you should have
said-
done that.
Get off my property.
no. We have a mission that we're working on, and we need answers to help. What is the name of this town again? Golden Bottoms. No.
It's,
Yep.
Oakenmoor.
Golden Bottoms.
Uncle Bottoms. No, it's not Uncle Bottoms. What is Apple Bottom? No, Apple Bottoms.
As you're explaining, you take another 3 points of damage as another fist hits you in the nose.
I mean, I just have to make it to daybreak, right? So.
Oh my God. This is how you avoid doing the accent. He just knocks you unconscious. You're just asleep for the rest of the episode.
there's a lot of tactics here, okay?
I'll say one last time. Get off my property,
But
or
it's
I'll be calling the authorities.
authorities here.
Actually, are there authorities here?
I mean, we have a town guard, yes.
Oh,
Oh, yeah? Well, I bet you don't even know where to find the town guard.
I need both of you to go ahead to either make athletics checks or acrobatics checks.
Oh crap! Run!
Guys,
I was
I-
trying to bait him. It didn't work.
I'm gonna give you an acrobatics.
I'll give you an athletics.
Nat 20 for the real Veya.
Whoops. That's an 8 for the real Keelan.
What the heck?
All right.
Didn't look bad.
Wait, no, I do have inspiration. I'm going to use it. I'll use
Yep.
the inspiration on this.
Good
one.
call.
There you go. All right. That is a 25 for
It's
the
your
real Keelan.
body, so you determine what you want out of it.
At
Yeah, I don't wanna get
25,
hit
you
more.
watch as the hulking arms of the man try to reach out and grab onto each of you, but you're both able to duck or dodge out of the way.
This is not good town spirit. Don't you love the people here and want them to be better? I can't. This is going to be real hard to convey. Okay. Maybe knocking is a lot harder than I thought.
Right? I told you. It's all about, coming at it the right way.
Small voice of God.
All right. So while the GM is gone,
Let's go
Ladies and
knock on all the doors.
we
Real
do.
quick.
We knock on the door. This is like a montage.
Yeah. We just
Right.
knock on all the doors and we try to bring everybody in this town out to the town square.
Motherfucking montage.
Yep.
Continue your montage. Back with the other gang.
Thank you.
That's us.
That's you guys.
The main characters.
The wow.
Just kidding.
Ouch.
As you continue up to the cliffside, overlooking the Siren Sea, you feel just on your lips a salty tang of the sea breeze as it fills your nostrils, opening up your sinuses a little bit more, as it mingles slightly with the scent of wildflowers that are growing nearby. You hear the rhythmic crash of the waves against the large rocks, creating a bit of a soothing pattern that's slightly punctuated by the distant calls of the flock of pelagos that seem to be flying by. The overall rough texture of the weathered stone underneath your fingers contrasts against the cool, smooth pebbles that seem to be scattered at your feet. As you begin to look around for said crystals, I need all of you to go ahead and make a perception check for me that are there.
Here comes my nat 20.
Mhm.
Holy shit.
Did you actually get it?
It's in the thing, yeah. 24 for Berrick. I actually got a nat 20.
Yeah.
See,
called it.
manifesting. It's real.
Manifesting's real, guys. Confirmed.
Uh-huh.
I got a 4.
You didn't manifest hard enough, Jess. What have I told you?
She just really wanted to get a 4.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, fair.
Exactly. Intended.
11 for me.
Okay. Searching around, to your dismay, you can't find any of these glowing crystals that Bolt had described. So you scan the ridgeline and see nothing of the sorts. You peer over top of over the side of the ledge, and as you do see many jagged stones that stick out from the cliff face, but none of them seem to glow. However, Berrick, you begin to hear what sounds like humming on the breeze. As you look around for the source of this humming, you suddenly hear another voice that seems to waft in on the winds. You'll not find any more of the glowstone here, travelers. Apparating a few feet away from you, you see the figure appear of a water dryad. Her translucent form seems to wave with the breeze, You see her long flowing hair cascades down her back like liquid silver that glistens slightly with an otherworldly glow. Her eyes seem to be filled with a deep sorrow as you take note of what looks to be a ghostly chain faintly glowing with an eerie blue light that binds her delicate ankle, with its ethereal links trailing off seemingly out of existence. The glowstone have not bloomed here for many a cycle.
Are you guys seeing this right now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that a ghost?
Mm-hmm. Keep talking to it.
Yeah.
It's a ghost, so it's probably like talks old-timey, right?
You know, I can hear all of you.
Yea, verily, kind spirit. I before thee, except after sea.
God, Shakespeare would be so proud of you right now.
Thanks. I don't know.
I'd have you know that I am not a ghost.
Oh,
Just
Minnie,
no longer.
You're so scared. Look at you. Sorry, she's a coward.
Everyone said she was a ghost. It wasn't just me.
I did think she was a ghost too.
No, just no longer attached to my worldly material body.
Like a ghost.
Yeah.
That sounds like that. Yeah, that's just more words for ghost, right?
Hey, oh.
Well said, Al.
Fuck? Oh my god, I forgot he was here. I thought this was her voice suddenly. And I was like, what the fuck
She's
is
chanting an
happening?
incantation. Put a wallet in her mouth. Hurry.
Roll initiative.
Okay, but you're not dead, though.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the difference.
How'd you know we were looking for the crystals? And that we were here?
I was drawn to you somehow.
I get it.
Your intent led me to you. Also, you're quite cute.
She said I was cute. Sorry, not to get off. You know, we're working. We're working first, so. So they're just not here. Like, go home. Sorry.
No, they haven't grown here for quite some time. But not of natural causes.
What do you mean by that?
Do you know the story of the glowstone?
I mean, I know it, but Minnie hasn't heard of that one yet. So if you want to.
The story is both mine as well as those that came before me. It begins with a siren who, during a fierce storm, lost her way and got too close to the jagged rocks along the shoreline. The waves battered her against the stone, and as the tide receded, she found herself stranded, unable to return to the sea. By sheer luck, the following day a young fisherman whose sight was weak but whose heart was strong walked along the beach. He heard a sad, haunting song carried on the wind, the song of the siren. Following the melody, he found her lying on the rocks, her arms covered in cuts and bruises from the sharp edges. Without hesitation, he scooped her up and carried her to a nearby cove, where he knew the tide would return soon. In the safety of the cove, he gently washed her wounds with seawater and tore his shirt to bandage them. As they waited for the tide, the fishermen kept the siren company, sharing stories of land and sea. They spoke of dreams and adventures, forming a bond through their tales. When the evening fell and the moonlit danced on the waves, the siren knew it was time to return to her watery realm. But before she left, she wanted to repay the fishermen's kindness. With a song, she called upon the magic of the sea, and tiny glowing crystals began to grow on the cliffside. She told the fisherman that these stones would always light his way back to the cove, no matter where his journey took him. Many cycles of the moon later, I heard this story too, of my aquatic ancestor, and felt compelled to see the glowing crystals for myself. When I arrived at the cove, I was entranced by their beauty and vowed to tend the crystal garden, ensuring its light would endure forever. However, beauty often attracts all manners of being, not all of them benign. One day, as I visited the cove, I felt a darkness I had never sensed before. And as I investigated further, I discovered a malicious spirit from the water world had infiltrated our realm. This spirit, feeding off the kindness and magic of the cove, had begun to sap its essence, causing the crystals to wither away. Before I could escape, the spirit bound me with its dark magic. It thrived on the goodness of the cove represented, draining it to fuel its insatiable hunger. And so the crystal light began to fade, and the cove that once stood as a beacon of kindness became a shadow of its former self.
What is happening with the environment around here lately? The apples aren't growing, and now there's no more sea crystals, and do you guys think that maybe all of this is connected?
No. Although, this might have something to do with the coconut.
Stop with the coconut.
I'm just saying it might be related.
This is what I mean, though, travelers. As your friend said, there's something wrong with the natural order. A darkness of this kind does not belong here. And its hunger has continued to affect the world around it. And I greatly fear that if that dark spirit is not exorcised, then the crystals may never grow again.
Exercised? How do we exercise? I mean, I don't like ghosts very much, and I do a really good job of scaring them away, but I don't know how to exercise them.
Scaring away is just as good.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Where is this dark spirit?
We don't need ectoplasm, do we? Last time we needed ectoplasm.
What is ectoplasm?
You don't want to know.
It's like a thing you used to fight ghosts with, but Minnie, I just use my magic. Sometimes Sleeping Beauty grants me like a big psh, and then remember when all the ghosts ran away from me because they were scared?
I don't
like them.
But a very talented person who stood in for me that week does,
Right.
I sure remember.
Right. Yes, that happened.
So we
Are
can
you
just
saying
scare
you
it?
have the ability to vanquish this dark spirit?
Well, that's what I mean. Vanquish? But make them run away in fear? Yeah. I mean, we can try and fight ghosts. We fought ghosts before, right, everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Maybe we should come back with our friends, though.
Yeah.
Well, where is this dark spirit? And when is it? And how is it? And how do we go about defeating it?
the dark spirit refers to itself as Ikuchu and resides within the cove. Well, it doesn't manifest itself all the time, hidden somewhere beneath the waters of the cove. I have seen it manifest into a physical beast. A strange, angry, large, eel-like creature.
I don't like eels very much. They're slimy and have electricity.
Yes. Its scales sharp as razors, along with its teeth.
Okay, and if, let's say we go down to the cove, we bring our friends, and we defeat Ikuchu.
Bless you.
Suddenly everything will return to normal, all the orchards will be restored, and the crystals will come back?
I'm not sure the orchard that you refer to, but I believe once its dark essence leaves this place, vacates the cove entirely, that the crystals can grow again once more.
Okay. Has anyone tried to defeat this Ikuchu? Or what about just asking it to leave? You know?
I tried that once before, and this is where it got me.
Yeah, I mean, we'll would we have to, like, destroy it for you to be in a better place? You're not a ghost again, right?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. You might be a ghost, but that's okay.
I prefer optimism at this point.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Glass half full. I like that.
But I can feel the dark energies bind me here in the form that I take. I can feel it throughout the garden. And I believe that with those dark energies gone, that all will be right again.
Okay.
So we just have to go get our friends and come back to the cove and beat this evil eel monster. Hey, did we get your name, by the way? What's your name?
My name is Ciara. I am of the Azure Tide.
Ciara, that's a pretty name.
Of the Azure Tide. I think it's the title. I think you have to say the whole thing.
Of the Azure. Do you have to say the whole thing?
No, that's my tribe.
I
Okay.
think she's just being nice. Well, Ciara
She gives it a little bit of a giggle towards you, Berrick.
Ciara of the Azure Tide. We're gonna go get our compatriots, and we will save you. And he strikes like a pose,
Oh, no.
like Jen looking off in a direction.
I look at Al.
I look away
Oh.
in shame.
I was just staring on, looking at this romantic drama unfolding in front of him, very eagerly watching. Oh.
I love how he just makes sounds.
As Berrick,
Yeah.
As
Just
Berrick
vowels.
strikes his
This sounds like
pose.
Rocky Balboa.
Adrian.
As Berrick strikes his pose, puffing out his chest a little bit, you watch as her eyes get a little bit softer. Well, take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, God, you know. Oh, okay.
Al, I think she likes you.
What? Hey, hold on now. All right. We'll be on our way. I think she was into me, though. She just starts muttering to him.
Safe travels, hero.
And also with you.
You hear a small girlish giggle as she vanishes once more to the winds.
For sure. This is what you did to me, Dave.
How did I do this?
You're my whole DM. The only one I've had. Can't blame it on anyone else.
I can't. You know what the problem is you've been watching too many of them horror movies.
That's very true, though. I love horror movies.
You're just waiting for the jump scare at all areas. Why can't we just fall in love, Bobby?
I'm emotionally unavailable. It's what it is.
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. You heard it here first, folks. I am going to get Bobby to fall in love with me by the end of this campaign.
Would love to see you have an NPC.
I already tried with that Luxodon.
Remember the Luxodon?
So far.
He used a voice similar to the Luxodon.
That was
entire face.
That was purely physical, okay? As the water druid known as Sierra vanishes from view, leaving you all on the cliffside. I'm assuming headed back to town.
Yeah.
You begin to commence your way. Just as Veya and Keelan start to understand each other a little bit better. But that, my friends, is going to be a story for another day.
I want to go in the cave, though.
I would like to thank...
Cove! It's a cove!
A cove.
I would like to thank both Beck and Dag for not making walking a mile in my hooves joke. I appreciate it.
Yes. Yes. I also want to commend Beck because I know what it's like to be in the hot seat, to have to stick with an accent that you can't do and try and role play through a scene. It is hard. So good.
Okay, hold on. Before Beck retorts or we big Beck up in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to do this last call out now. Guys, we are doing our giveaway today. You might have seen the dice spinning around directly below us. We call them the Emerald Bliss. Actually, I call them the Emerald Bliss because I made them, so I get to name them. Mud, if you could throw that back up on screen for a hot second for me. Go ahead, use exclamation roll in chat right now, and you could be entered to win for free these dice. Now, there's a couple caveats. Number one is you got to be a follower to win. That's the number one rule. And you do get an extra ticket if you are subscribed. Not saying you have to. If you got a Prime that's just kicking around, you should be able to see it under that little subscribe thing just below us. Then you'll get an extra ticket. But other than that, that's all I got. Beck, amazing job. That was probably the worst Irish accent I've ever heard in my life. But goddamn if you didn't commit to it.
Yes. You're kind of muted.
I mean, to be honest, you did so well, I might actually just permanently change Keelan's voice. Like, you know.
We can't hear you at all, Beck.
You're still muted.
I think she's doing her Irish accent now.
I think you might need to reset or refresh or something too, because you're kind of a robot like this.
Top of the morning to you.
I can hear you.
She's
Well,
speaking.
I was like, wait,
Yay.
I didn't do anything though. I just clicked the browser.
Oh, weird.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Well, the accent was hard. So Keelan, Dag, wow, thanks. That was a real pain. You had to choose.
Like I planned it.
Listen,
basically
claps,
impossible.
claps in chat for Beck for being a good sport. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. You know, we're not judging here in any way, shape, or
No, of
form.
course
Sometimes
not.
we make you go out on a ledge. And honestly, big ups to Beck for being willing to kind of go out and try something new. Why not
Yes.
go try something new? Be as brave as Beck is tomorrow. That's
right.
your job tomorrow. I was
And
looking
if it doesn't
at chat
work,
yelling
just
at
get
them.
knocked out, and then you don't have to deal with the rest of the day's problems.
Yeah, or take some Xanax.
Yeah.
Then you can use any accent you want. No, that's not. No, I shouldn't say that one.
That's probably not the
That is
option.
that is not a message
That
from
was
Carrot
not the
Cantrip.
message.
No?
Nope.
I'm not,
Okay.
but I am not gonna
Go
lie.
back
I
to
did
my
think that was
original.
your- yeah, I thought that was gonna be Beck's strategy when she kept knocking, like talking to that guy. It's like,
Kinda.
if Becca knocks out Keelan, then she doesn't have to talk anymore.
Exactly. You could just carry me back and be fine.
And you're not damaging your body, you're damaging
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I mean, in fairness, it wasn't lethal shots either.
Yeah. See,
It's
it's
fair.
all okay. I was thinking
if-
long term with this, just that Keelan will probably never be able to return to this town.
Well, that's true. But you know what? The other thing is, this is the most damage I think Keelan's ever taken from this
I'm-
one guy.
I'm
now
glad
an
he can
arch
wake up with
nemesis.
all the bruises. His nose is really going to hurt tomorrow.
Can confirm. Can confirm.
Yeah.
All right, kids, we got a giveaway to do. I'm doing last call right now. You've got about 30 seconds to enter. Exclamation roll if you want to get in on these hotness of dices. By the way, for those of you who are on our Patreon, we've got our hangout in Discord right after the call. So come join us. We're going to be answering some questions and giggling a whole lot.
Yeah, Red Hood Rogues and higher. So make sure you're subscribed.
What she said. She knows all the things. Thank you, Nate. With that said, we are closing up the entries for the evening.
Stop it.
And good luck to all that enter. Can I get a drum roll, please?
No.
I thought you were going to ask for something else.
And the winner, none other than the lovely, the talented Rachel Cole. Rachel, congratulations. You are officially the winner. Are you still in chat? We got to make sure that you are here and still chatting away.
Rachel.
Rachel,
are.
there you
Congratulations,
are.
Rachel. You are there. Well done. Congratulations on the dice. Either Raina or I reach out to one of us on Discord, and we'll get all the details from you. And yeah, you are the owner of the Emerald Bliss. I gotta say, they're gorgeous set of dice. I overdid myself this time. But there will be more coming, my friends. I'm on a big dice making spree right now. So there's going to be more dice giveaways. Or if you're looking for a super fancy set, we are going to be having a few in the auction that we are going to be making announcements on, not next week, but maybe the week after that. And that's all I got for today. So thank you so much for joining us, as always, on our most triumphant bodegas. Bodegas? Is that the word I'm looking for? That's the California
Bodegas.
surfer word?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were thinking bodacious.
Bodacious.
No,
That's
no,
the word
not
I was
that.
actually.
Good
Well,
word.
it can be any of them. It can be all of
I
them.
like bodegas better.
But with that said, before we leave you for the evening, folks, to all the adventurers out there, I beg you all, one word of caution. Whether you find yourself on a cliffside talking to a maybe ghost water dryad, or suddenly switch bodies with your friend and now have to figure out how to maneuver a massive appendage, I beg of you all one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. We'll see you in the next one, folks. Love your faces. Take care.